Point, we could have lost 3 today, but no, we got the point out of a difficult game in the end. And I think, we're further away from Liverpool. It's all about consolidating into getting that top 4.
Yeah, I think United will be relatively pleased if they looked at it at half-time at the situation that they've managed to come away with a point. I feel that they'll be very disappointed about the way that the refereeing decisions have gone today, and they'll be very disappointed about the way that they responded when Casemiro went off, and they just weren't able to push themselves over the line despite having some really good opportunities. The chance from Bruno Fernandes is the best chance of the game, and they're down to 10 men at that point as it comes off the inside of the post.
Yeah, it was a great effort for Fernandes. Lovely little build-up play down that left-hand side by Luke Shaw. Picked out Fernandes, and he went for that bottom left-hand corner. Keeper got a hand on it onto the post, but normally it goes in the back net. Came out. So unlucky, Fernandes and United.
So Manchester United now have the opportunity to really push things forward in other competitions. Next game up for Manchester United on Thursday is the second leg against Real Betis. They lead that one by 4-1. You would think that they're probably through to the next round of the Europa League, and then Fulham here in the FA Cup, which is another competition that United will be looking to progress in, Mickey, because it's another opportunity to stick trophies in the cabinet. You think?
Yeah, without doubt. I mean, we're playing obviously for a lot of trophies here, and 2 trophies to play, Europa League and the FA Cup to come as well. And obviously the top 4 is our priority, because that is the big money maker for this football club.
Absolutely. I think it's probably time that we hand it back to the studio. So full time at Old Trafford, Manchester United haven't been able to secure 3 points, 0-0.
Thanks for that, Liam. Yes, so no goals here at the Theatre of Dreams today. Not the result that the Reds were really hoping for, but joining me in the studio now is Danny Simpson. What do you make of that? We were having a little chat before about how Southampton, you couldn't underestimate them, could you?
No, you can't. Listen, I've been down there before, the bottom of the league, and you're fighting for points. And I said before the show, they're basing their game at the moment on keeping clean sheets. I think they've only conceded 1 in their last 4 games. So no, they've been a tough team to play against, and obviously when you go down to 10 men, it's difficult. So I think in the end, it's a good point. I know Bruno hit the post, but they did have a few chances to maybe win, and I think you just move on from that now, because 30 minutes, 10 men, it's tough.
And there were some huge saves from David there, 2 huge saves, and it's one of them that Southampton may think that maybe they could have won that game.
If I'm in their camp, we'll be sat in the dressing room thinking we could have got 3 points today if it wasn't for David. I think it was a header in Walcott. I think Walcott both times. I think that header, he's probably going to be disappointed with his header. He's probably got a score in the first half, and then the mistake from Aaron. He goes through 1-on-1, and you know what? Credit to Martinez as well to the way he got back. You see him legging it back, and he just did enough to put Walcott off on his left foot. And David, he does what he does. He's a top shot stopper, and thankfully for David, he kept a clean sheet.
I mean, when you go down to 10 men, especially there, you don't think that it's going to go well for you, but that camaraderie that Erik is created in that team is really shown today.
It is, and credit to the lads, the manager, and the fans. The fans are right behind. Casemiro's coming off, and the crowd are all up still supporting him. Even though we know how much of a big miss he is and going to be for the next few games. But no, credit to the manager and the lads. They stuck at it. Again, another chance. I said Bruno had a chance, and like I said, they put a shift in, because you go down to 10 men in any Premier League game, it's tough. And I think Erik will be saying to the lads, listen, it's a good point, and we have to move on.
Yeah, we do. And Casemiro, you mentioned just there, it is a huge miss to the team. You've seen how passionate he was, especially when that card was given. He looked emotional with it, and it just shows how much he cares about the club.
Oh, listen, I said he's emotional, he's passionate, he cares so much, he's a winner. And I think there'd be all kinds of emotions for him, thinking, why did I do that? It wasn't malicious, I've let the team down. And like you said, he wants to be on the pitch every minute, helping the team win, and it's nothing worse. It's a lonely place in that dressing room when you're watching your teammates. I've been there when I got sent off once. So no, I understand every emotion he was going through, and like I said, he's been one of our players of the season, so he's going to be a big miss.
The way that everyone responded after that, though, it could have been very easy to just go full defending, but there were some chances, one from Bruno Fernandes too, and it's a massive shame that didn't hit the back of the net, wasn't it?
Yeah, credit to the keeper. I didn't realise he got a tip, he got a touch on it. He was creeping in the corner, which would have been a fantastic moment for us and for Bruno, but credit to the keeper, great save. And Marcus had a few half chances that you went round the keeper, and it's hard to create chances when you're a man down, even at home. But no, listen, that's on another day. Bruno puts that in the corner, and we come away, nicking a 1-0 win, but it just wasn't to be.
It wasn't at all. But now let's get the thoughts from our commentators. Stuart is with Ben Thornley.
United gave it absolutely everything today and played with 10 men for more than an hour. In the end, they're still disappointed they didn't win the game, but they defended like lions and managed to keep out Southampton. The key moment, definitely Casemiro sending off just after the half-hour mark for a red card offence that the VAR told Anthony Taylor to go and have a look at the screen, and he decided to change it from a yellow to a red for what he saw as a studs-up challenge by Casemiro on Alcaraz. Manchester United, the closest they came to a dramatic win, a Bruno Fernandes effort, brilliantly touched onto the post by Gavin Bazzuno. Meanwhile, at the other end, Walker Peters with a terrific effort, that hit the post. David De Gea also made a couple of fine saves as well. United threw their bodies at the ball, they blocked everything, they made sure that Southampton didn't score. It's just a shame that they couldn't force a way through at the other end.
No, I think if you look at the overall picture, a draw is a fair result, because as much as Southampton, did create the clearer opportunities in the second half, which you'd expect them to, the shot from Walker Peters that hit the post, the clearance off the line by Wan-Bissaka, we had our chances as well, and he was so unlucky, Bruno Fernandes, and maybe when we did get the ball down, if we'd have picked somebody out in the area a little bit better. But listen, the lads gave everything. After all the football they've played this season, for them to have played 55, 60 minutes against 11 men, I thought they were absolutely outstanding, and it's certainly a better point for Manchester United under the circumstances than it is for Southampton, because they will never have had a better opportunity of coming to Old Trafford and taking all 3 points.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the effort, nothing wrong with the energy at the end of a tiring week. It's finished 0-0 at Old Trafford.
Yeah, well, disappointing result, but against 12 men, some people are saying, the 11 Saints and the referee, we managed to secure a point. I do jest, it was the right decision, unfortunately, in this day and age when VAR looked to send off Casemiro, but it did leave us with a lot of work to do against a Saints team who played pretty well. Maybe they're disappointed themselves that they haven't got all 3 points.
Yeah, we were just saying when you're coming into the game as a Man United fan, you expect to get 3 points, but the way the game's unfolded, you've got 10 men before half time, and your back's against the wall against a team that's scrapping for points. They're doing it for survival, so they're always going to be coming at you with 11 men. So with 10 men, it was extra incentive for them, so I think it just made it that bit more difficult for us. I know we've got a point, it's not what we wanted, but it's better than getting a defeat.
It certainly is. We kept a clean sheet. That's 11 in the Premier League this season. That's more than we managed in the entire previous campaign across all the competitions. And the bedrock of any good team is a good defence. And yet again, our backline has proven very good.
Yeah, if you can get the defensive setup right in this league, you'll do well, because we've got the players that can go out there, score the goals. As long as it gives the forward players that freedom to go out there and think, the lads behind us have showed it up, backed us up. They're not going to concede, so we can go take that extra bit of risk up front and then score some more goals. But yeah, 11 clean sheets is miles better than we were last season.
One of the leaders in that back line again was Lisandro Martinez. He was excellent. And just as we were waiting to come pitch side, we were just in the tunnel area there, the old tunnel between the 2 benches, and we were watching him remonstrating with the 4th official. A passionate remonstration from the Argentine. That's typical Martinez. He is such a winner, and he was showing that then, so frustrated with the result, and I think letting the assistant know.
Yeah, exactly. You've got him, he's probably the spearhead of that, competitiveness. He wants to win all the time, and even though you've got a point, he's still not happy. He wants to be on this pitch winning games of football, and like we saw him, and he wasn't best pleased with the 4th, was he?
No, he certainly wasn't. He was having an interesting conversation with him, and it's interesting watching the players sort of trudge off. Again, we were fortunate to be right here, just seeing them disappear down the tunnel. The body language of the United players, they were disappointed but not dejected, because they've put a lot of effort in today, and we cannot fault the effort our lads put in, given that it was 10 against 11 for the majority of the game.
Yeah, I've been there, and it's not easy.
No.
10-15 minutes of playing against a top team with less players is really, really difficult. So to do it for more than half a game, it's testament to them.